Okay guys, I'm gonna teach you how to use the command prompt. Now the command prompt is basically a program that you use to make commands to the system. Let's say for example you want to change a password of a user. So you would have something like, you would type something like change password and then space and then the password itself. You'll understand better as I explain it deeper. The way that you open the command prompt, you must go to start and type command and then click the command prompt. Or the shortcut you can use to go to the command prompt is you can hold the Windows button on your keyboard and press R and then type CMD and press enter. Okay, now after you open your command prompt, you will see this here. Now this text here just represents a directory that you are currently in. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you the first simple command of the command prompt. It is simply echo and then after space and then let's say type something like hello. Okay, this command simply just prints out the word that comes after the word echo. So if I want to say hello daddy, I would type something like echo and then hello daddy. Okay, pretty simple. Now the next command I'm gonna teach you is CLS. This one is pretty simple. It just clears the screen. Okay, you type CLS and then press enter and then it clears the screen. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you about the CD command. CD is short for change directory. You use it to change the directory you are currently in. In this case, I'm in this directory called Nate. So let's say for example I wanna move further to the directory called the desktop. I'm simply gonna type CD and then desktop. Okay, and then if I want to see a list of my files, I type dir and then this is the list of my files that are in the desktop. So there's APK tool here. Let me go to my desktop and show you. Here is the folder here called APK tool on my desktop. Okay, now I'm gonna clear the screen here. Okay, let's say I want to move back to this directory called Nate. In order to do that, I would type CD and then 2 dots, okay, like this, and then it goes back. And then if I want to go back again, let's say maybe to users, I would type CD 2 dots again, and then I go back one step further. And then if I want to go forward again, I type CD Nate and then I'm now forward. Okay, let's say for example I want to go to the root of this drive. Instead of me having to type CD, I'm gonna show you a quicker way of doing this. Okay, I'm gonna restart the command prompt here. In order to go back to in order to go to the root of your drive, you type CD and then this / and then it takes you to the root of your drive. Now I'm gonna list the files there by using the dir command. Now here is the list of my files here. Now you can see demo is there. Let me go to the root. Here it is here, Windows 10. here is the folder called demo here. Okay, I'm gonna clear the screen again, and then the next command I want to show you is dir. Okay, this one is pretty simple. It makes a list of the files of the current directory. In this case, the current directory here is the C drive here. So I'm gonna type dir and press enter, and then it shows the list of files. Okay, so as you can see here, it's written dir here. This is short for directory. Okay, so this means that del is a directory. So I'm gonna type cd and then del to move to that directory. Okay, and then I'm gonna type the dir command again. Now you can see there's a few files here inside the del directory. Okay, now I'm gonna go back here, and then I'm gonna go to, let me restart this command prompt here. Okay, I'm gonna go to my desktop here. Let's say maybe I want to list out files that fit a certain criteria, or files that matches a specific file name extension. A file name extension, those are letters that appear after a file name, at the end of a file name. For example, a PDF file has a .pdf file name extension. Okay, so let's say I want to list out files that match those type of files. So I'm gonna type dir and then type an asterisk and a dot, and then I type PDF. Okay, now as you can see, the only files it makes a list of are PDFs. Okay, now you can do this for any extension. Let's say instead I want to show zip files. I can remove that PDF and type zip. Now there are no files here that matches the zip. So let me try ra and see. Okay, there's also no files. Okay, I'm gonna try the lnk. Now you can see that it only lists out files that has the file name extension of lnk. Okay, now let's say I've typed the command before and I want to type it again. Instead of me having to type, for example, dir again, I can use the arrow key on my keyboard, the up arrow key. This will go back in time where I entered my commands. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, go back again. As you can see, as I press the up arrow, it's going back to the list of commands I've made before. You can also use the down key to go forward again. Okay, now I'm gonna show you the del command here. So I'm gonna make a copy of this file here, and I'm just gonna name it deletable. Okay, and then I'm gonna use the del command to delete this file. So you do that by doing this: type del and then the name of your file. In this case, it's deletable .txt because it's a text file, and press enter. Now you can see my file has disappeared here because I've deleted it. Okay, now I'm gonna create another file here, a text file. I'm simply gonna name it David. Okay, now I'm gonna use the rename command. Okay, so the rename command does what it says. It renames a file. So I'm gonna type rename and then david.txt, and then the new name I want to give it. So I type John .txt. As you can see, it changed from David to John. Okay, now I'm gonna show you a way to start a program, a computer program. You do that by typing start and then the name of the computer program. In this case, I wanna open up my calculator, so I'm gonna type cal.exe. Okay, it shows my calculator. If maybe I can also, it's also optional to specify the file name extension if it ends with an exe. For example, here I can say start calc. It's also gonna work. Okay, I can also open up Notepad here by typing Notepad. Okay, now I'm gonna show you the title command. Okay, the title command changes the text in this title bar here. So I'm gonna type title, and then I don't know what to name it. I'm just gonna type changed. Okay, now you can see that it's changed here. I'm gonna change it back again. This time I'm gonna call it command prompt. Okay, now if you want to open control panel, the way you would do it is you would type control and press enter, and here is the control panel here. Okay, now let's say you want to make a directory here on the desktop. In order to do that, you would type mkdir, short for make directory, and then the name of your directory. I'm gonna call it a directory. Okay, now here is the folder here. It was created. I'm gonna delete it. Okay, now I'm gonna show you the pause command. Now what it does is that it pauses a bit. Like for example, let's say you have a file. Let's say you have something called a batch file. Then this batch file, it keeps on executing commands. You can use the pause command to stop it a bit, and then when you use the pause command, and it displays this here, press any key to continue, and then when you press any key to continue, it moves on further. It's actually not useful if you have the command prompt here. You're actually never gonna use it on the command prompt itself, but you're gonna use it on a batch file. I'm gonna show you what a batch file is later. Okay, and then the last basic command I'm gonna show you is called the copy command. Okay, so now let's say I want to copy this file John and move it to this file here called pipe. Now the way I would do it is I would type copy and then john.txt and then pipe. Okay, and then I type john.txt. First, let me write something here. Okay, now that I've finished typing my command here, I'm gonna press enter. Let me check what's the problem here. Okay, it needed me to change this from a / to a / here. Now I'm gonna open my pipe folder here. Now here is this file. It contains the text I was copied. Okay, now I'm gonna delete this. Okay, now let's say you want to run those commands that I've just taught you. You want to run them like sequentially. You want the computer, instead of you having to constantly type again and again, you want them to be run automatically. So the way you would do that is, first you open a text editor. I'm gonna open up Notepad here. Okay, I'm gonna open up Notepad, not Notepad plus plus here, but you can also use that if you want to. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to my desktop. I'm gonna name this commands. Okay, and then the file type here, I'm gonna say all files. And then this is important, after the word commands you're gonna type .bat. Okay, this is short for a batch command. I'm gonna a batch file. I'm gonna save it here. Okay, now I'm gonna type those commands that I taught you. I'm gonna say echo hello world. I'm gonna make a directory and I'm gonna name it hello world, and then I'm simply gonna pause here. Okay, I'm also gonna open up control. Now when I run this file, all of these commands will execute. Okay, this is the same as if I'm using the command prompt, but the difference now is that it's automatic. I don't have to type again and again. Okay, so here is my file here. I'm gonna double click it here to run it. Okay, now you can see it printed out hello world and it made a folder called hello world. I actually made a mistake here. I made multiple folders here, but you get I'm assuming you get the drift by now. So when you leave a space here, I didn't actually notice, when you leave a space and then type another word, it's actually going to create more than one directory. So in this case, it created a hello directory and a world directory. I actually spelled world wrong here. I typed word, but doesn't matter. You get the drift by now. And then there's the control command here. As you can see, it opened the control panel. And then there's the pause command. Here is the execution of the pause command here. You can see it paused the execution here. So I'm simply going to press any key here. Now my window disappears. Okay guys, that's all you need to know when it comes to the basics of using the command prompt. The last command I'm gonna show you is the help command. You use this command when you want to see a list of available commands that you can use. Okay, so I'm gonna type help and press enter. Now, as you can see here, here's this command that I taught you, title. As you can see, it explains, sets the window title for a CMD session, CMD being the command prompt session. Okay, yeah, that's all you need to know now when it comes to the basics of the command prompt. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how to hide files behind an image. Okay, now I have two files here. This file CDL is an image and this is a file I want to hide. Now in order to do this, you need to have WinRAR or WinZip installed. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna click this file that I want to hide. I'm gonna right click it and then click add to archive, and then the format I'm gonna choose is RAR. I'm gonna change the name of this file to hidden. Okay, press enter. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up my command prompt. So I'm gonna go here to start, type command, and open command prompt. Okay, then after I've done, I'm gonna move to the folder that contains the files I want to hide. So I'm gonna type cd desktop p. Okay, and then now I'm gonna use the copy command. I'm gonna type copy and then /b, b for binary, and then I'm gonna type the name of my image, which is cdl.jpg, and then I use plus, and then the name of the raw file. I've called it hidden, so I'm gonna type that here, hidden.raw. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I need to specify the name of the output file. Okay, so I'm just gonna put output.jpg here. You can name it anything you want, and then press enter. Okay, now it created a file here. I'm gonna open this image file. Now, as you can see, it looks like an original image. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how to access the files that you've hidden inside this image. So in order to do that, what you need to do is you need to rename your file. You need to change the extension of the file that you use to hide those files. So I'm just gonna use the rename command here, output.jpg, and then I'm gonna name it output.raw. Okay, now my file has been renamed. Now I'm gonna open that file by typing output.raw. Now, as you can see, here is that file here. And then now, if I rename it once again, I'm gonna say rename output.raw, and this time I just changed the extension to JPG. Press enter, and then again I type output.jpg. Now it's back to the original file, the original image file. Okay, how to make a file undeletable. Okay, I'm gonna open up my command prompt here, and then I'm gonna go to the desktop. I'm assuming you now know the basics of the command prompt because that's what I started with. Okay, now I'm gonna create a folder here, call it undeletable. Okay, now we can actually delete this folder. I'm gonna delete it. You see, now it's deletable. Okay, I'm gonna make it again, so now we can make it undeletable. Now the way you do that is you type CA and then CLS. Okay, this is a command that manages that allows you to edit permissions of files. So I'm gonna type / and then D. Okay, and then I'm gonna type the user. In this case, I say everyone. Okay, this means that no one can actually delete this folder. So after the CALS command, I'm gonna specify the name of the file. In this case, it's called undeletable. Okay, and then I'm gonna press enter. and then it's gonna ask me, I'm sure. I'm gonna say yes. Okay, now I'm gonna try to delete this file here. You see, we cannot delete it. Now I'm gonna make it so that we are now able to delete it. In order to do that, we're gonna type the CALS command again, and then type undeletable, the file name, and then this time you use /G and the user. In this case, I'm gonna say everyone, and then after that you type a colon and then F. F is for full access. So I'm gonna press enter here, and then it's gonna ask me, I'm sure. I'm gonna say yes, and then I'm gonna press enter again. Okay, now we've made it deletable again here, so I'm just gonna delete it here. You see, now we can delete it. Okay, how to hide a file. Okay, I'm gonna open up command prompt here. I'm gonna go to my desktop, and then the file I want to hide here is this file, John. So in order to hide the file here, I'm gonna use the attrib command. The attrib is short for attributes. So I'm gonna type attrib and then plus S. S is for system, and then plus H. Plus H means that I wanna add the hide attribute to it. Okay, and then I'm gonna type john.txt. Okay, now you can see John is no more available. So you would think that it's deleted, but no, it's not deleted. Now, in order to show hidden files, in order for you to see hidden files from the command prompt, you're gonna type dir and then /A, and then the colon, and then H for hidden. And in this case, I also want to see the system attribute, so I'm going to type S and then press enter. Now you can see there are two files here. These files are system files and they are hidden. Now I want to show my file again, so I'm going to use the same attrib command, but this time instead of plus, I'm going to use minus to remove those attributes, and then enter. Now here's my file, it's back again. Okay, sometimes you might have computer programs that run automatically when your PC is starting up. So today I'm gonna teach you how to access those programs and how to disable them so that they don't run automatically when Windows boots up. Okay, what you need to do is go to your start and type run, and then click run, and then in this dialog type msconfig, press enter, and then you go to the startup tab. It's gonna tell you, depending on your operating system, it's gonna tell you to open task manager, but to some systems, I think Windows 7, you will get a list of the startup programs on msconfig itself, instead of it telling it for you to open task manager. But if that's the case, just click open task manager. Okay, these are all the lists of programs that run automatically when Windows boots. Okay, so this Java update scheduler, oh, this one is already disabled. Okay, now I'm just gonna right click here, and then I'm gonna disable this one, power ISO. Now the next time you boot Windows, this program will be disabled and it's not gonna run automatically. Now I've only shown you this for demonstration purposes, so I'm gonna enable this again because I want it to automatically start on startup. Okay, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to add a user, how to change the password, and how to remove a user using the command prompt. Okay, now I'm gonna open up my command prompt, type command. Now this part is important. You need to run this command prompt as an administrator, otherwise this is not gonna work. So I'm gonna right click here, click run as administrator, and then say yes. Okay, now I want to see a list of user accounts in my computer, so I'm gonna type net user. Okay, now here is a list of my accounts here. Now let's say I want to change my password. Okay, so in order for me to do that, I will type net user and then my account here, net, and then an asterisk. Okay, press enter, and then I'm gonna type my password. Now when you type your password, it's not gonna show here, and it's gonna seem like nothing is happening, but it's actually storing your keys in the background. So I'm just gonna type my password here. Okay, now let's say I wanna view my account. I'm gonna type net user net. Okay, now it gives me information about my account here. Okay, now I want to remove my password, so I'm gonna type net user net and then the asterisk again, and then this time I'm not gonna type anything. I'm just gonna press enter and then press enter again. Now after I had done this, my password, it's not gonna require me to enter my password. I cannot show you that because for some reason my screen recorder doesn't record that. Okay, so let's say I want to add a user. The way I would do that is I would type net user and then let's say Johnny and then / add, and then it's gonna say command completed successfully. I'm gonna view users here. Now you can see Johnny is now a user in this account. Okay, and then let's say now you want to delete Johnny again. The way you would do it is net user Johnny and then / delete. Okay, now I'm gonna type net user again. Now Johnny isn't available. Okay, yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you. Now you may find yourself in a situation where a program that you're running keeps freezing and you try to stop it, but it doesn't want to stop. It keeps on showing that that circular progress bar. Now I'm gonna show you how to do that, how to stop it immediately. Okay, what you need to do is go to your taskbar and right click and then click Task Manager. Okay, now I'm just gonna open up Notepad here. Okay, yeah, for now we will just pretend that Notepad is the one that is giving us problems. Okay, so after you open up Task Manager here, you're gonna go to Notepad. So okay, now I can't find Notepad here, so I need to go to the Details tab. Okay, I'm gonna click that and then I'm gonna search for Notepad. Here is Notepad. I'm gonna right click and then End Task. Now as you can see, it disappeared. Now it was gonna disappear regardless of whether it's freezing or what. It was gonna close immediately if you use this method. Okay, how to recover a deleted file. Now in order to recover a deleted file, the software we're gonna use is called Recover. Okay, I'm gonna make a copy of this video file here, and I'm gonna name it was deleted. Okay, and then I'm gonna delete this file now permanently. Okay, and then I'm gonna open up my Recover software, click next and then choose video because it was a video file, and then I'm gonna choose in a specific location. I'm gonna choose the desktop because that's where I deleted it from, and then I'm gonna click next and then start. Okay, now here is the file here. It was successfully recovered here, so I'm just gonna click the recover button and then I'm gonna save it in the entertainment drive here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to my entertainment drive and check to see if the file was successfully deleted. Yeah, as you can see, it was successfully deleted, recovered, and it's looking well. Okay, now the last thing I'm gonna show you is keyboard shortcuts. Let's say you wanna copy this file to a different location. The keyboard shortcut for that is you must select it and press Ctrl and C, and then go to where you wanna copy it, and then press Ctrl and then press V to paste it. Here it is here. Let's say you want to permanently delete a file. You select it and then hold Shift and press delete. Okay. And let's say I want to move some file to a different location. Okay. You select a file and hold Control and press X. And then I'm gonna hold Control again and press V to paste it on the desktop. Now it was moved from that location to the desktop. It wasn't copied, it was moved. Okay, let's say you want to select everything at once. You hold Control and press A, and then it selects everything. Okay, let's say you deleted a file by mistake. Okay, delete here. Now when you hold Control and press Z, your file actually comes back. Okay, now let's say you open a program and you want to close it without using the mouse. You hold Alt and press F4. Okay, let's say you want to move to the file explorer of your computer, your Windows computer. You hold the Windows button and press E. Okay, and then let's say you want to show the run dialog. You hold the Windows button and press R. If you want to quickly show the properties of your computer, you hold the Windows button and press pause. Okay, if you want to quickly rename your file, you click it and press F2 and then give it whatever name you want. Let's say you want to select a range of files, maybe from here down here. You would select your first file and then hold Shift and then press and then select again. This will select your files from where you clicked the first time to where you ended. Okay, let's say you want to select your different files one by one. So in order to do that, you hold Control and then click, and then click, click, click in whatever order you prefer. Okay guys, that's about it when you want to be a computer genius. Now there's obviously more to learn, and you can never learn enough, but this is a great foundation for you to be a computer whiz. Now the next part you need to do in order to be a computer whiz is learn how to program, learn how to create your own websites. I didn't put it here because that's a huge topic by itself. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe and like if you want more of these kind of tutorials.